Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and today we're back with another smartphone camera comparison with the all-new iPhone 14 Pro and comparing that to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which I'm using to record right now. As I'm doing all of these smartphone camera tests, everything that you see in this video is recorded on these two devices, so just keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which device and which cameras from that device are being used for the photos and videos that you see. With that, let's jump into the specs to see how these two devices compare on paper. I'm going to start things off with the iPhone 14 Pro and its triple camera system on the back with a new 48 megapixel sensor for its main camera and then two 12 megapixel sensors for the ultra wide and the 3x telephoto camera. As far as the selfie camera goes, up front it's a 12 megapixel sensor as well that's able to capture 4K video at 60 FPS, as can the three other cameras on the back of the phone as well. And when it comes to the Galaxy S22 Ultra, we actually have a quad camera system on the back of this phone with a 108 megapixel main sensor, two 10 megapixel sensors for the 10x and the 3x zoom cameras. That 10x is actually a periscope camera that you can see there at the bottom. And then we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera as well. As for the selfie camera up front, we have a 40 megapixel sensor that can capture 4K video at up to 60 frames per second, as can all the cameras on the back of the phone, but that main sensor is also able to capture 8K video at 24 FPS. So now that we've gotten the specifications of these two smartphones all squared away, let's jump into some side-by-side photo and video comparison to see how these two devices stack up in everyday use. this here's a look at video capture from the selfie cameras on both of these devices. And just like the rear cameras, these can capture in 4K 60 FPS that we're looking at 4K 30 right now. One of the things that's nice about this is that there's really not that many devices that are able to capture 4K video from the selfie cameras these days. These two definitely stand out when compared to a lot of other, even flagship devices that are currently on the market. Now, there's no denying that the iPhone is considered to be one of the best smartphones on the market for capturing photos and videos, with the overall video quality being superb. That being said, it does have a disadvantage when compared to the Galaxy S22 Ultra because of the zoom factor. Here we're going into 1x zoom, switching over to 3x zoom, and this is where the iPhone really maxes out with that 3x zoom lens on the back. The Galaxy S22 Ultra can get all the way up to 10x zoom, getting significantly closer in with that telephoto camera on the back with the periscope lens. Right now I am recording indoors in a bamboo museum here in Hollywood. As you can see, there's a lot of sound from this projection behind me, but this should give you an idea of how the noise cancellation does with recording audio with the selfie camera and canceling out the noise around me. But as far as the video quality goes, it's pretty decent with both of these. This is technically pretty low light conditions, but I'm going to switch over to the main cameras on the back of both of these phones to show you just how much better those are in these kinds of situations. And this here's a look at video capture from the main cameras on both of these devices. They're just wide enough so that you can hold the phone out and frame yourself right in the middle if you're holding the phone perfectly in front of you. But it's always nice to know that you can record in a situation like this and get much better video quality out of those main sensors than you can with the selfie cameras. And this here's a look at video capture from the selfie cameras on both of these devices. They actually both do fairly decently in low light conditions though. If you do flip things around to the rear cameras, you actually get a much better video, which I'm going to show you right now. And this here's a look at video capture with the main cameras on both of these devices. Even in low light conditions, this is always the best option if you're looking to capture video. Even though the selfie cameras do well in low light conditions like this, the main cameras on the back of both the iPhone 14 Pro and the Galaxy S22 Ultra is always the better option. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison between the iPhone 14 Pro and the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below and which device you would rather use on a day-to-day basis for capturing your photos and videos. I do have a couple more camera comparisons coming up with the iPhone 14 Pro, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.